Hello everyone, and welcome to channel M.c.F.a.e, where manifestations come fast and easy when love is aligned with the mind. My name is Nanya Ojibe, and this channel is all about higher vibrations. Today in this video, I want to discuss something that I do not believe is discussed enough when we're speaking about our manifestations and we're speaking about law of attraction within this spiritual community. Because even me, like I say, we can attract our manifestations so quickly and easily, but we first need to understand that manifestations take courage. There's a whole mindset that we have to embody before we can truly manifest. So stay tuned and I'm gonna explain how. Hello everyone, and welcome back to this video, and thank you so much for staying tuned. Remember, if you are feeling the vibe at any point in this video, show some love and like and subscribe because I would truly appreciate it. So getting right back into this video, yes, I believe manifestations, when we're first starting our journey of manifesting, of course it's going to take courage, because what that looks like is us stepping outside of our comfort zone. It looks like us taking a risk. It looks like us putting ourselves on the line. We're now being vulnerable. We're now showing up. We're now setting declarations that does not look anything like our past. We actually have harmful memories and horrible viewpoints that we have proof. We can look back and be like, that declaration does not align with who you are today. So how do you expect to be that person tomorrow? And for example, that's like stating, I'm a millionaire. I am the CEO of a company and I have a beautiful home on the beach. That could be something you want. That's a desire. That's something you're manifesting. But your past and your current situation aren't necessarily aligned with that. You could have actually been fired 5 times from your job, bank account kind of always on negative, and you're actually living at home on your mom's house on the couch, but yet you're out here stating you're a millionaire and a CEO of a company. You're going to sound a little crazy. That sounds a little crazy. People are going to tell you can't do it, that sounds stupid. And then us as a normal person, that can make us shut down. That can make us, be insecure about our manifestations and actually doubt them. We can actually get fearful and turn around. We can listen to others and think, they're actually right. What was I thinking? I don't have any money. I'm still living at home on my mom's couch. How could I be a CEO of a company one day? That doesn't even sound right. It doesn't feel right. I'm just going to stay where I am, and this is who I am. I will always amount to this because my past has shown me. But thinking that is actually an illusion. That is not true. That is a horrible loop that we put on ourselves. And when we're in that moment, it takes courage to stop, to break this cycle and say, you know what? It doesn't matter what my past looks like. It's all about who I am right now and going forward. It's easy, and your desires will come so much faster when you truly believe that, when you truly have that insight, when you truly have that feeling, that passion, that motivation in you, and really believe that you will set out to get all of your desires. You will set out to get all your manifestations because you really feel like it's already here. That's why it can come fast and easy. But if you need an extra push, if you're a human, you have days where you don't necessarily feel like your best self, and you're going to have those days. It's going to take courage to not listen. It's going to take courage to feel at your worst, but still show up and perform and move like you know better, like you're on a direction towards your highest power, like you want to be your best self. Moving in that direction, having that energy from within takes courage, because essentially we are powerful spiritual beings. Our mind and our attitude, our thoughts and behavior creates our manifestations. It creates our reality. It's how we manifest. So essentially manifestation looks like growing and evolving. As we continue to live, we continue to think, we continue to behave, we continue to act out on our thoughts, and we grow and evolve. We learn lessons in doing so. I remember when I manifested a lead position at my job. Now, if you know me and been watching my videos, I just spoke on my previous job that I had here in New York City, where I was working for basically the boss from hell. And working for him really messed me up. It really messed with my mental. It really made me feel insecure. I was second guessing everything. Like I hid in a shell. That's how I was showing up now at the work environment because of the experiences I went through. And I'm just thinking that's just how New York jobs are. So let me just put my head down and work hard. So, I don't have to get abused. I can stay out of people's way. So when I got this new position, I was already kind of feeling like I'm going to just stay down. I'm going to just do my work, not really talk to anybody. I just got out of horrible work relationship before. I'm not really into, doing anything but doing my work and getting paid. So that is how I was a good time at my job. But living as a spiritual being, we can have anything we want. So I was like, I actually want a lead position at this job. I was also just testing this manifestation thing out as well. But I said, all right, I want a lead position at my job. I want to feel like a leader. I want to show up. I want to be proud of the work I'm doing. I want to do a good job at my work. And I want everyone to recognize the good job that I'm doing. And yes, while it was first a mindset because I was clear on what I wanted, so then I was able to get clear on how that looks, how I would feel. And I did go to work just feeling that. Owning that. Like I already knew I was in a lead position before anybody had to tell me anything. That's how I felt in my mind, especially when I'm working from home because I'm not necessarily around anybody. But in order for me to stand out and get a lead position, I had to lead. I had to show up being that person at work. So can you imagine being the girl that people know at work that is just, quiet, stays in the back, doesn't really do too much, stays out of people's trouble. She just does her work, goes home, to someone that is now standing out and now someone who wants to lead, someone who is now taking initiative, coming in early and staying late. Can't you imagine how crazy that kind of looked? Especially when I tried to step up, that can easily get met with, who are you? I was fearful that I was going to get a lot of that. Like, who are you to now show up and act like you're someone? Now you're a lead position. You're a lead person. When just last week, you were asked a question in the group and you didn't even answer. Or every time we get on a Zoom call, you're quiet, video off. These were all the thoughts I was having. And it just made me feel like, this isn't me. I'm actually not that person. That's silly of me to want to be a lead, thinking that anyone is actually going to listen to me. I felt crazy. I was literally stepping out of a comfortable zone of mine. But in order to manifest, we have to have courage because things don't come to us just sitting back and wishing and writing it down all the time. Those are good things. It's good to speak it. It's good to have the affirmation, but that is only so you can actually put those thoughts into action. And in order to make that transition, it takes courage. It took me courage to stand out at work. So how I applied my courage and got this lead position is because I took over a Zoom conference call. And then while the webinar is going on, we kind of put it together like it's a production. We make sure all the speakers are front on the screen. And when anyone has a question, they're popping up as well. They're being shown, they're being heard. Now, when you do this aspect of the role, it can be really nonchalant. It can be like just a, C- work and you're still doing a good job. That's how it can be seen. Like to me, it's not rocket science. It's not necessarily that hard to run a Zoom webinar. But I was already in the mindset of me stepping up and, I'm a leader and I'm just great at what I'm doing. I have fun at what I'm doing. So I remember I was on this Zoom call and I was performing, putting the production together like it was my show. And it wasn't even my Zoom, actually. This wasn't even my webinar. I was assisting. I was helping out. But I remember I took over and I was running the complete show. And my supervisor was actually on that call. It was actually their Zoom. And they were so impressed by the way I was handling it. They was like, oh my goodness, you're faster than me. How did you do all of this? And really, it's easy to me. And it's crazy that that's what I got promoted for because now I'm like a lead Zoom person. And that's amazing because every time we do a Zoom, we get bonuses. So it was just more money and I got a position. But it's so crazy because when I did this Zoom, it was so easy for me. I just was like, let me step up. I have the energy. I no longer feel like I'm small. I now took the steps and I now feel the courage to just be myself. essentially. And when I did, I was recognized and promoted. And that is exactly what I manifested. But that would not have happened if I kept playing small. In order for me to level up, I had to stand up. I had to take the courage and move up. I started having different conversations rather when I come late to work and I'm rushing to get started. But now when I came in early, that was the first step I took into making sure I get my promotion. Because, me thinking I'm already a leader, I want to be there on time. I want to show up. And when I did, I started having conversations with people. I started socializing. People started to recognize me. It was like little things were happening. And even out of one of those conversations, it led to me being asked to help on this Zoom call, which is the call that gave me a promotion. So that's basically like each step appeared when I just started to step out. When I just started to show up, the next step on how to get my promotion showed up and made itself clear to me. And I knew what I had to do. It was like it was falling out of the sky because it came to me. Someone asked me, did I want to assist? And another way I can say manifestation definitely takes courage, because around that time I said I wanted to be a lead. Around that time I was saying, like, at my job, yes, I'm a lead person and people love the work that I do. I remember I cleared that to like one of the employees. Like, I have to manage employees in a building. I remember I said that to one of the managers, tell them like how, I'm this lead person, they love me. I was basically speaking it into existence. I was being that person that I already knew. In my mind, I was already that person, but on the outside, I was not. I was still, my quiet self. And I remember one day he called the office asking about me. And he had spoke to two people, and both of those two people did not know who I was. Like, they didn't even know if I worked at the company. He was confused. It turned into be this entirely big thing. And it was so embarrassing because I was telling him I'm this head person. I just got promoted. They love the work that I do. It stands out. It's recognized. And he spoke to two people there, and they didn't even know my name. They didn't even know who I was. So do you understand how embarrassed I felt? How humiliating that actually is? I looked like a liar. I looked stupid. I looked silly. Like, it made me legit want to just stop. Like, stop playing yourself. But I knew what I was doing. And I know that to manifest, you have to have courage. You have to be brave. And you may fall. And when you fall, you have to stand back up. You have to dust yourself off and keep going. So I had that energy. When the ladies didn't know me, I just introduced myself and said, yes, it's unfortunate you didn't know me, but this is who I am. And I'm being recognized. I had to repeat my affirmation. I had to repeat my manifestation, what I declared. I had to still own it because I did own it. That is really how I felt. So at the end of the day, I just looked at it like it was an opportunity for me to spread this affirmation that I know so true. But in that moment, if I didn't already think about it, if I didn't go through the process and have those tools with me to know that it's going to take courage in order to beat this moment, I would have definitely went back into my shell. Your ego will fight you. Your ego in this universe will really test you to see, do you really want this? Is this who you really want to be? You'll get asked that maybe a couple of times when you're manifesting. And the answer to that is courage, to stand up, stay strong, hold your head up and own it. Have the courage, feel the courage. And I bet you when you do that, you will see your manifestations come to you fast and easy. All right, guys. So thank you for staying tuned. Mwah. Love you all. And I'll see you next week. Bye.